Welcome to Wealth Building Podcast.
Okay. Push it. Yeah, man.
Just one time.
Once you vibrate one time, red light. Once the red light on it on. Still with the try to figure out how to work the equipment. That's the word.
All right.
Get it.
Perfect.
So, good afternoon, people, or good evening. We're here again with another Wealth Building Podcast. We're here with Mr. Royal here, Sanjay.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world.
Yup.
Welcome to Wealth Building.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, this is a bit our reasoning, we just have a reason about business, a little bit about business life, and just the struggle where entrepreneurs have in today's world. And a lot of topic what usually people don't touch, and topic that we often ignore.
It's true.
Let's jump into it.
It's very important we're having this discussion, and Ryan, you have been a guru and a great contribution even to my success coming into entrepreneurship as well, and we're going to touch into that and even ask you some questions. Some questions as it relates to entrepreneurship. And the first one I want to ask you, what really makes a good entrepreneur? And why would anyone would say, you know what, I want to be an entrepreneur? Why would I leave my 9-to-5 that is giving me the provision I need, giving me the security I need, and just jump over here and just do something that I'm totally, completely blind to? Why would someone want to take that risk, and what really makes an entrepreneur, you would say?
Okay. Why would somebody want to be an entrepreneur? Okay, one, the two reasons. They are looking for financial stability, and they are looking to own in their own time. Now, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it takes two things. You have to be crazy. You have to be dumb. You have to have a lot of faith. So those are the things that it takes. So once you have those traits, then you could say, go be an entrepreneur. Majority of people is just a gut feeling they have to do something different, and they're not happy in the time that they're living in, so they want to make a change. The gut feeling, if you want to follow your gut feeling, sometimes it's not the right feeling to follow, but you go out and do it anyway, because you're going to question yourself, because it's not going to work out on the first time. Some of us lucky enough to get it on the first try, some of us just not so lucky with the first try. But I think the drive where it takes, some people have that, and they keep trying to find themselves.
It's true.
Trying to find themselves, finding out, what I'm good at. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this my purpose? And we're still trying to figure out our purpose and what that is. So going to be an entrepreneur for most people is just to help others and to help find themselves also too.
Wow.
And that's what I would think most people go for it for, and also the money too.
Yeah.
Play a big part of it. Buy you the freedom too.
The result part of it.
Part of it, yeah.
Very powerful.
Yeah, and the money part. Yeah, man. So I think that's what most people would go for.
While somebody would say, I want to be an entrepreneur, almost like it's a higher calling, a call to serve, a call to apply yourself, and as you said, to own your own time.
Yep.
How did you figure this out, and how long it took you to get to this point of kind of, I would say, master the understanding of what it takes to scale a business and be an entrepreneur?
Okay. For me, it's simple. One, I love business. I love the whole thing about
everything about business, my brother.
I love business. I love the whole thing about business management and finance. For me, it's easy. And I've been doing it a long time. I've been doing it a long time. Love it. It's my whole life. I don't think it's the only thing that makes me happy. So once you're doing what you love, then, it's not like working. So for me, it's just what I love to do.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I don't need nothing else.
I remember when I was just started out on the journey, I was actually looking how to navigate myself. And when we started to connect in those infantry stage, you were like a guide. and you were way ahead of me, and it almost, what you were saying, I couldn't process it at the time. Now I can understand fully what you're saying, but then it was like, it felt like this load of information that I would have to make my own mistakes to really appreciate what you were offering me at that time. And you really saw what you wanted to do. It also ties to vision, and we're going to talk about the vision and how you create a vision, because as an entrepreneur, you would safely say an entrepreneur is more like a visionary, right?
Yeah. For an entrepreneur, faith ties into it. Believe in God. Nothing you're gonna do is gonna be sure. Nothing you're gonna do is gonna work out. Not on the first try. It's gonna take some time. You're gonna make some mistakes.
Trial and error.
You're gonna have that. It's just the willpower to keep going, not to give up, just to keep going. A lot of people give up on their first or second try because it's not working out now. Can't deal with it. But what I usually tell people, starting your own business is not easy. You don't get time, you don't get day off, you don't get breaks, you don't get holiday, you don't get none of that. It's always working, always just work. You gotta keep working until you get to the goal. Even when you get to the goal, there's something, because you said, all right, I wanna get to 100,000 or $1 million. You get to $1 million, you're pushing for 2 million. You're like, oh man, $1 million is this easy to make? I could make 2. Now you start working towards something else. So it's never stop.
Yeah.
Never stop. Always keep going. It's just the willpower of keep moving. So that you get hit down, you just have to get back up.
Wow.
And keep pushing.
I think, honestly, Ryan, whoever is going to watch this would really appreciate, because you're offering some information that a lot of people would probably charge tons of dollars for this level of information, because what it does, it almost like it reassures you what to expect and what it costs, what it entails to be an entrepreneur. You said it, we have to have grit, right? Have to have a vision. You say you have to have a strong willpower, and that's why a lot of people shy away from. For me, it really took a lot out of me, and as you said, my time. I remember nights I wasn't sleeping after out making products and just putting in the work. And I realized something important also, Ryan, and that is why I also met you. I felt like on the journey of entrepreneur, you don't know what you're doing, but I feel like as you go forward and step in faith, God, for some reason, start to provide the right people along your path who's going to see. I said, this guy's trying, let me help him.
Yeah.
And I felt like that's how I met you. Like, you saw what I was doing, and you was also trying to help me to make less mistake.
I don't think no entrepreneur out there know what they're doing. And we don't know what we're doing.
Forgot to be honest, for real. I try to figure it out.
You should figure it out as you go. Always figuring it out as you go.
For real.
Okay, this is what you need to do. So you gotta navigate through it. What we could do though is the experience that we have, we could tell you what we've been through, what you're not supposed to do and what you should do, because okay, I've been there, done it. This is how you get to the top.
Makes sense.
This is how you do it. So the people who done it before you just gotta listen to them.
Success leave trades.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And that's how you find your way through. But a lot of people, they don't listen. It's easy to not listen and to follow what, like, oh, why am I gonna listen to him? You know, this guy already successful, this guy made it, so probably what he's saying to you doesn't make sense at the time, but take some time to think about it. You never know until you experience it. You'll be like, oh, that's what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
And that's gonna happen plenty of times. Other people don't advise the right way.
Why you feel like it's important for you, and that was very important that you mentioned that. And I feel like I just wanted to ask you why you feel like it's important for you to help others gain that momentum in business, and also offer something that is irresistible in the market. Not just to say, I'm offering a product, but a product with purpose. And I feel like what you also do is help others regain their own power and their own strength and confidence to know that I have something good. Let me take a good look at it. Why you feel like that is also something that ties to your purpose?
All right, for that, it's simple. Like helping people. So for any entrepreneur, in order to get to the top, you have to help people. You have to become a people person.
Right.
You have to serve, actually. If you're
Right.
serving them, you ain't getting nowhere. The people who's not on top is the people who are not serving. You gotta start by figuring out, how can I make that person's life better? Once you figure that out, you're good to go. So if, say for instance, if you're in the food business, you're not in the food business. A lot of people think, okay, I'm gonna sell food. No, you're not selling food. How can my food make somebody healthier? How can my food become joy to this person when they have it, feel bloated, they don't feel this? It's like a supplement that you need that vitamin from this food. Every time I eat your food, it does something to me. It's like that. You got to think about it like that. You got to think about, I'm not just selling food. This is what my food does to your body when you eat it. So once you figure that out, then okay, I could serve these people who are struggling over here. And that's what we often miss. If we're selling juice, we're not just selling juice. What does your juice do? What's so special about your juice? So people always ask that. What makes your brand better than this brand? What makes this better than that? There's a million of this out there.
Right, that's true.
This is what my brand does.
Yes.
This is what it's gonna do for you. If you struggle with, this is what we fix over here. If you drink this for 14 days, this is what you're gonna accomplish. We often miss that concept, so people ask us that we don't know how to answer it. But if you think about it, you gotta figure out, who are you serving and the people who are going to benefit from the service you are offering. Once you figure that out, everything comes easier. Money, everything else just fall into place.
Amazing.
People beg you to take their money.
Wow. The brand identity and uniqueness.
Yep. You just gotta find that within you.
Yes.
That's so you have to look at it. And a lot of people miss that. A lot of entrepreneurs miss that. A lot of people still searching for their purpose. Do what you love, and everything else will fall into place.
Yeah, Ryan, somebody out there, a young man, a young woman, or even a mid-aged person, or any age in that particular, who can probably make a decision, and they're saying, I feel like there's a business inside of me. I feel like there's something inside of me more than what I'm doing I want to offer the world. Something is holding me back. I feel every time I need to take this step, I take a step back. How would you appeal to those persons, and what would you say to those persons who have an idea but haven't really taken a step forward to manifest that idea?
What I would say to them, it's easy. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
They're gonna say it's easier for you to say than
for them to do it.
Easier said than done. You're an entrepreneur. You have had successes. You have had failures. How is it that you can convince those individuals?
So my job is not to convince the person to do it. My job is to help you to find your purpose. My job is just to advise you. I could give you advice on what to do if you listen. If not, it's on you. My job, if I gotta convince you, then
it's not for you.
It's not for you. You should already be convinced, but you just need guidance. So my job is just to guide you. I'm like a GPS. I'm here to guide you, not to convince you. You're already convinced. That's why you're talking to me. If you didn't convince, you wouldn't be talking to me. So
I like that.
For people out there, you got plenty of people out there who have great ideas, but they're too caught up at work. They're too caught up in, all right, let me put it this way. All right, you got a lot of people out there who set up their own prison.
Wow.
So they're comfortable. They set up comfort so they can't come out of it. Anything else outside of the prison that they set up is detrimental to them. They can't do it. You could sit there and say, it's easy for you to say. Yes, it's easy for me because I'm never comfortable. An entrepreneur never comfortable. They always thinking that they're gonna lose all that they have. So they gotta work hard to keep it, to make sure you remain relevant. The average person with an idea and scared to go out there and do it is because the prison that they set up for themselves, they're too comfortable in it.
The mindset.
Yep, the mindset of, I'm going to lose my car. I'm not going to be able to pay rent. I'm not going to be able to do this. What people going to think if I lose my car, if they
The comfort zone mentality.
You see, the comfort zone. So you set up that prison and you fight against your mind every day just to keep the prison that you're in.
Wow.
You're remaining there. So you're never going to come out.
That's
so
a lot.
you get rid of that, and then you're good to go.
You're break free.
And you're free as a bird. Yeah.
Wow.
So get rid of the comfort. Step out your comfort zone. Do what makes you uncomfortable.
Yes.
If you talk with any entrepreneur, they'll tell you, I was sleeping in my car. I was old. I was this. I'm coming from here.
Why those stories are always tied to entrepreneur? And
It's simple. We are the idiots.
entrepreneur always have to go through all of these stuff.
We are the idiots.
It's like why they're going through just you
Yep.
alone. Nobody's going to understand. Like, why would you leave your good job and just,
We are the idiots.
and you still stick with it?
We are the idiots. But we are the people who create though. We are the people who set up, who make things possible for people.
Yeah. Yes.
We set up, we create, we make it possible for the ones that don't want to do this. Because it's not everybody who wants to do it. Some people is okay with where they are. They wish they could do it, but you don't have to wish about it. Just do it. You could do it and let it work. But some people grow out of it and just decide, you know what, I'm tired of this, I'm done, I'm just going to start my own business, whatever happened. That's when we reach the stage that we can't do it no more. We fed up, we done. We just got to make it happen. And that's what happened to most people.
Yeah.
Me out there, some people just get a piss and like, all right, it's time. Let's do it. Let's move on. Let's start up this thing.
And people who have gained success, they say the why have to be bigger than the what.
Yep.
Like why they're doing something is bigger than what it takes to get there.
Yep. After.
And I feel like that is what really give entrepreneur the grit. Even when others around would say, I don't even know why this guy has to put himself in such an uncomfortable position.
Yep.
It's something in them that is saying the why that they have to do. It's like purpose, the vision is just driving them when nobody sees and nobody believe in them through that darkness. You can talk to us a little bit about that process, that dark phase in a little bit more detail. And why is it so necessary? Yes, entrepreneur will go through it, but why is it necessary? And why is this a part of the journey that we have to embrace as an entrepreneur in order to get to the why?
Okay. In order to get to the why, you got to figure out what do you want first. Once you know what you want, if you know what you want, then it's easy to navigate. Now, if you don't know what you want, because you gotta have a purpose for you first before you could direct anyone.
Yes.
So if you know where you're going,
That's
then you
powerful.
could bring a few people with you. But if you have no direction as an entrepreneur, then
Yes.
ain't nothing, you're just gonna be all over the place.
Yeah.
And nothing gonna work out. But if you know where you're going, you know what road to stay on and not to deviate. Ain't nothing gonna get you off of it. Once you figure that out, then you're good to go. You figure out your purpose. Where do I want to go? What do I want out of this? So before you start anything, if you said, okay, I'm gonna start a business. Okay, why are you starting a business? I want to make money. That's it. Then don't do it. Just continue to go to work because you're not going to make money. Starting a business right off the bat, you're not going to make any money. And not to discourage anyone to start their business or to be an entrepreneur, but if you could look past the discouragement and the fact that you're getting this bad news to say, yo, don't do it. If you could figure out that, okay, it's not just making money. I just want to help somebody. This is how I live now, and how I live now is serves me, and it makes me healthy, and I love it, and I'm happy. Wonder if people like me out there that I could reach, maybe my brand could reach these people. So if that's your purpose, to help people, to help them grow, while you're doing that, you're making some money at the same time, then, you know, you figure out your purpose right there. Purpose is to help these people. So how can I help them? One, you can't help people without money. Because everything in this world require money.
Yes.
And it require you to pay for something or to have something. So if you could help yourself and figure out, navigate through the cane field, then you're good to go. You got your purpose first.
Awfully said.
You could help a lot of people, and a lot of people will follow. And the reason why Bill Gates could influence so many people, even though you don't know.
Bill Gates don't know. He must know something. He gotta know at least something, Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Persons out there who perhaps is saying, you know what, entrepreneur route is not for me. I'm not willing to go through that dark phase that Ryan just said, and to sleep in my car and have to go through, perhaps not sleeping in a car, but you're definitely gonna go through a passage, right? I just wanna come out of debt. Someone is saying, I'm in debt, I feel like I'm stifling, I'm working, just trying to make ends meet, the bills are catching up. I feel like I have to get 2 or 3 jobs and I'm in a financial dilemma, financial crisis, right? I just feel like I'm drowning. I feel like the more effort I exert is the more I feel like there is a recline in my financial stability.
All right, that's easy. So look at it this way. Where most people go through a struggle.
The man said that easy.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, reason why I'm gonna say that easy. All right, think about it like this. When most people go through a struggle, when most people see as a little plan, what did I do before? Remember, I know everything, happiness is not forever. Today we sit down there and we laugh and we talk. It's just a moment, it passes. Struggle, part. Now, watch this. Last year, I make a lot of money. This year, it slowed down. When I go back to the why. How did I make so much money last year? What was I doing differently from now? Why all of a sudden things slow down? Remember, things are just stop because it just wants to stop. Things stop because we allow it to stop. So because we allow our money to stop coming, it stopped coming. So what we don't look at often is the fact that we go back to see why our money stopped. Why? What am I doing now that I wasn't
introspection,
doing before? We don't do that.
Analysis.
We just accept the fact that, okay, I don't have any money now, and this is it. No, it was working before. What happened? Why it stopped? We don't look at that. Because we don't look at that, we often fail. And no, we don't even fail. Failure is not even a thing. We choose not to earn any money because you were doing something that was working. But why it stopped? You gotta look at what are you doing different? Why this is stopped? It was working good before. Why it stopped? It's because we slowed down.
So someone is saying, all right, I'm moving at this pace. I'm in this job for 20 years. I'm making X amount of money. Now I take on a family. I have no responsibilities, but I'm still making the same amount and working the same amount of hours. I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. For some reason, I just feel like my finances is really not making any sense because of these additional life responsibilities.
Finance not gonna make no sense. Finance not gonna make no sense. Here's why your finance not gonna make no sense. No. Alright. This is why your finance not gonna make no sense. I'm not always say this. I said it to a gentleman one time. He said something to me. He said to me, yeah, Ryan, listen, I went to my girlfriend's house the first time to meet her parents. And her father said to the girl father said to my boy, yo, listen, in order for you to date my daughter, you gotta go back to school. When he told me this, I said, you should have told that guy about this. And I said, I look at him and I said, all right, let's look at it logically. I said, he said he's going back to school. And I said, okay, cool. What are you going back to school for? He said he's going back to school to do this. I said, okay, let's put it this way. Look how you're not going to be able to help that girl at all. And he said, this is why I asked for your advice. I said, if I were you, first of all, I would run that guy away, tell him to keep his daughter. That's for one, but that's me. All right, so I said this to him, and this is what I'm gonna say to everyone who does this, because a lot of people do this. I said, all right, dude, you settle down with that girl, you go back to school, you get your degree, you start to work, $70,000 a year, you make it. So you're making $70,000 a year. Okay, it's just you and her. You rent your first apartment. Now you're paying rent. Now you decide, all right, you finish school now. You know, you have student loan debt. You start paying rent. You need a new car. You go get a new car because you're making a little bit more money now. Okay, I'm going to get a new car. You go get your new car. You feel good about your new car and stuff like that. All right. Girl, get a new car. You got a car, so now you got rent, student loan, and a new car you're paying. One day you come in, your girl or your wife said, hey, honey, I'm pregnant. Boom. You added one more person to your bill, to your budget. A kid, pregnancy, 9 months. So you have a kid. Now you're working like crazy to maintain a new car, apartment. Now you're in a 1-bedroom apartment. You need a 2-bedroom apartment. Or, hey, honey, we could afford a house. Let's go buy a house. You buying a house, not thinking that you have a child. You're just thinking about the space for the child. So you go buy a house. So now you have a bigger rent, as I call it. A bigger rent. You're paying a bigger rent. So now, once you're paying a bigger rent.
Wait, you say buying a house, but now you're paying a bigger rent.
Yeah, a mortgage is a rent. It's just a bigger rent. So now you're paying a bigger rent. And you got student loan, mortgage, you got car payments, 2 of them actually, one for you, one for your girl. You know, you're making the same $70,000 a year. Now you got a kid.
The wife is not working.
Wife is working. And you're making a little money and feel good. Now you realize, okay, you want kids gotta go daycare because it's a situation. Everybody, you're living in America, people busy, ain't nobody watching a kid for you. You don't have to pay daycare, so now you gotta pay for childcare. And you change everything in your life, and people often to do this. They change everything in their life, got an upgrade except one thing. And that one thing we tend to not focus on. We never change that. We always change everything else change in our life except that one thing.
Is your mindset?
Nah. The amount of money you make.
But how can you make a lot of money if your mind is not geared towards, say, you know what, I want to grow, I want to develop, I want to have the knowledge of how to make money? So again, they would have to probably think in a line with money. They would have to think in a line with money and to change to make money. But as you say, he's working now 60 hours a week, taking on this additional shift because of the additional responsibility. How is it that now, Ryan, with that 60 hours, right? How is he going to make any additional money working so hard? So would you say success equate to hard work, or how would he figure it out at that particular juncture?
All right. In order for him to figure it out, it's not about how we make money, because I always say this, everybody know how to make money. We just don't know how to keep it. People don't know how to keep the money they make, and that's the problem.
Okay.
So making money isn't his problem, it's to keep it. And like I said, he got a lot of liability. And he didn't look at his finance before he added all these things. You were looking at your finance before adding, said, hey, listen, if we want a bigger house, we're gonna need extra dollars to maintain. Even though we could afford it, but let's try to make more. Let's get a better job before we buy a house.
I see.
And let's make, instead of 70,000, let's go to 78,000.
To make conscious decision making and planning.
So up the money
that's what
first.
I'm taking. Wow, powerful.
Up the money first, then you up the lifestyle. But if you keep upping the money and upping the lifestyle, then it's just gonna fade out. And you're still gonna be struggling. So if you up the money, let's keep the lifestyle down to a minimum. Let's get rid of this debt first. Let's get rid of some of the car payments, and then we balance it out. But we don't do that. We just keep upgrading, and not looking at it and realize, oh, I'm struggling. Of course you're going to struggle because you're not paying attention to the finance. Most people do that. It's important to pay attention to the finance.
Wow.
It's very important to pay attention to it, because that's the thing that's gonna keep you going. When I said that to him, I said, you change everything in your life except the amount of money you make. If you don't up your finances, you're gonna struggle to help that girl. You going to school doesn't mean you're gonna make a lot of money. to take care of that person. Because there's a lot of people out there who go to school and still struggling because they leave school with a mortgage. Yeah, a lot of people leave school with a mortgage, still can't figure out how to pay off the mortgage. So he's telling you to go into debt to take care of his daughter, but at the same time, you're gonna be in debt and more debt and not gonna be able to provide the life that she probably desires. And if your effort is going back to school to please someone, I would say don't do it. They don't look at the budget, they just upgrade the life. Leave the budget out of it.
That's powerful and well said. Someone is at the bottom right now, right? And they're saying, you know what? These bills are overwhelming. I have a lot of bills. I don't know where to turn. It's giving me a headache. I want to get rid of it. I'm not making enough to clear up these bills on time. The bills are coming in faster than the income per ratio. What are 3 main things this person can do right now to actually find relief and see some form of breakthrough in their finances?
Easy. It's easy. Okay, what are the things you can do? Simple, start a budget.
Start a budget?
Start writing down everything you pay every month.
Okay.
Every single bills you got every month.
Create a budget.
In front of you. Create a budget. And then look at all your expenses and look at your income. See what needs to be paid and what could wait. Pay the stuff that not need to be paid and keep going from there. And first, pay yourself first. A lot of people don't pay themselves. A lot of people think paying themselves is to go out and have fun. I want to pay myself, then I'm going to buy myself a drink because I work all week and today is Friday, so I deserve a drink. That's not paying yourself. And that's not paying yourself. That's paying everybody else except you.
That's damaging yourself, perhaps, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're not, people think going out, buying this, doing that is paying themselves. You're not paying yourself, you're paying everybody else. So we often pay everybody else except us. So once we get our paycheck, everybody else get paid before we get paid.
So delay gratification. Set a budget, delay gratification.
Yeah, pay yourself first.
Kind of tight.
So you pay yourself first.
Yeah.
And then pay your bills, whatever left, you use that to pay your bills. And that's how you do it. But start with the budget. You know how much you could pay yourself because you're getting a paycheck. You're looking at your money. You know how much money you make. You should know how much I could give myself, and then whatever left, I'll pay my bills. Pay yourself first. If you pay yourself first, then you'll see the amount of money you have.
Right.
Even if you pay yourself $20. You pay yourself $20, you're good to go. Start with 20. 20 every paycheck. Pay yourself. Put that down. Don't use it. Don't touch it. So pay yourself first. You're good to go. You pay yourself first. Yeah.
Okay.
Pay yourself. Everybody pay themselves first before they pay bills.
So if anyone is in debt, set a budget.
Yep.
Look at your expense, delay gratification, and pay yourself first. I think that is a verb. That's some powerful tool.
Start by paying yourself. Set a budget.
Now you may want to go look at my budget all over again now.
Set a budget.
Maybe pay myself a little bit more.
Yep. Pay yourself and you're good to go. You're good to go. No worries. Yeah. It's not a bad thing to have that. And don't use that money to do foolishness. No foolishness. No nothing. Just use it to invest. And that's why you do with that money. The people when I ask, so what do I do with the money and I say if I can't have fun? Invest it and let it work for you. Then while it's working for you and you build up a nest egg, have enough money so you could go out and spend a little. If you go to the bar and you're gonna spend $500, you don't have to worry about that $500 tomorrow because you have enough to offset that $500. Pay yourself, wait till you build up a nest egg, invest. Start by investing it first, and once you start to invest it, then you're gonna realize, okay, money is this easy to make. Let me double down on this. Pay you a lot more too, and then maybe you'll get the idea to say, all right, let me start a business, or let me do this. But start by paying yourself, and you should be fine. You won't be buying anything.
Wow. Set a budget, look at your expense, look at your income.
Yeah.
Make sure the income match the expense ratio or more.
Sometimes the income not gonna
Match the expense.
Yeah, it's not gonna match sometime, but the job is, the goal for a budget is to cut down on how much money you pay out. You wanna keep 99.9% of your money. Other people say that impossible. It's not. It's possible. Yeah.
With all your expenses?
Yeah, because you create the expense. You think about it. You create the expense. Like I said, you design your own prison. Yeah, and you stay in it. You fight to keep it. Yeah. So you.
What about someone who say I have bills, I have children, I have responsibilities?
You are the one who create the responsibilities. I remember it. Kids ain't expensive. I'm not even gonna elaborate on that. I'm just gonna say kids ain't expensive.
Kids aren't expensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it as that. And you guys jump in the comment. What do you think?
Kids are
comment about that. Yeah. Kids ain't,
They are valuable, but they're not
yeah,
expensive.
kids ain't expensive. And that's all I'm gonna say. And you guys could jump in the comment what you think about that. Yeah, leave your comment, give me a thought on that. And then the next podcast I might correct it, or whenever I go live on it, you guys could ask me about that, and then I would elaborate on it. But that's for the next subject, or for the next topic. We talk about that on the next topic. But kids aren't expensive, but we like to think our kids. A lot of people, oh, my kids is expensive. Oh, my son is expensive. No, the child is not expensive.
Someone is going to say, no, Ryan, someone is going to say, listen, ever since I have my child, I've just been putting all my finances. Someone going to have to get another job because they find out that their wife is pregnant. And so it's going to be very hard for someone to digest it. Just as how you explain about the rent situation, because you flow on a different frequency, you understand things on a different level. And a lot of people are not there yet. So can you narrow down a little bit on those two things before we close out, since those were things that came up? When you say a mortgage, some people say, I'm happy I'm not paying rent anymore because they're going to pay a mortgage and the mortgage I go produce equity. This is my house. My name is on the deed or the title. You gotta get what I'm saying?
Your name is on the lease agreement too. Your mortgage is just a bigger rent. It's literally just a bigger rent. If you default on your mortgage, somebody come and take you out of that house. You lose the house. So you're renting.
But what about the money that you're putting in it? Where is that one?
Something else. So now look at it this way. When you rent an apartment, you lease an apartment for a year, you just enter into a business agreement where, hey, I'm going to pay you $1,000 for 1 year. And you let me occupy that spot for 1 year. Now, a mortgage, somebody, you're going to come to me and say, hey, Ryan, let me borrow $300,000. I want to buy that house. But here's the deal. Instead of doing a 1 year deal, I'm gonna owe you $300,000 for 30 years. If I can't pay you that $300,000, you take back the house and you sell it and you get your money back. Now, if I pay it off, I get the title of that house and I could sell it. But if I can't pay you, I could sell the house, which we all know property goes up in value. So if you going into that deal with $17,000 down, you buy it for $300,000, you make $100 on it, you sell it for $400,000, you get a little money out of the deal. And that's what people will look at, but it's just a bigger rent you're paying. You just make a different deal, but it's still a bigger rent. How many people lose their house? How many people default on the deal? And they come home, the bank took back that.
Are you discouraging someone from buying a house, or is it something that you would encourage?
But I'll usually tell people buy a house and lease cars.
Buy a house and lease cars.
Yep, and that's what I
lease cars? Why lease car, not finance it?
Car got no value. The property will increase in value over time.
Isn't it almost like the same thing with paying a rent when you have a lease car? Because truth be told,
like I said, if you're willing to pay rent,
you could actually sell the car after you pay it off, right?
The car ain't gonna value the same thing as the house.
So at least you get something back. At least I might say, I gotta get 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 back.
So look at it this way.
Dan just said,
But you could get 100, 200, 300,000 back. The house not gonna lose value. The car, the moment you drive it off, that lose value.
well, that's true.
I went in, I leased that car for 2 years. You know, I put nothing down on it, no money down. I get out, I drove out. If something run into that car, the only thing I was responsible for on that car was to put gas in it. That's it. If somebody crash into my car and they total it, I'm not losing it.
So you're saying lease car, if you need an oil change, they do the oil change too or no?
Oh, they're responsible for everything.
For oil change with lease car?
On your deal, yeah.
I didn't know that.
To put gas in it. That's it.
And you had to cover insurance, of course,
yeah,
right?
You pay your insurance and you pay your lease and you're good. If I drove off that parking lot and somebody ran into me, I'm not losing nothing. How much money did I put in?
That would affect your insurance?
Nothing. If it's not your fault, you're good. Nothing affect me. I'm good. If you go buy a car, say you put $5,000, which you give to them, but say you give away $5,000 on it, you drove off, something hit it, you just opt out of $5,000 that you don't have again. Now you're gonna have to find another down payment, or you're gonna have to get another car, which the down payment you're gonna have to come up with. But if you lease a car, you lease the car, you put nothing down, you got no money in it.
So it's better to lease than to buy?
Yeah. For most people, most rich people, they lease. They don't own anything. They don't own any cars. They lease them. Lease them and write them off. So that's even another topic again.
Write them off.
Yeah.
But you answered the question. You did answer the first question. The second question is, you mentioned about a child not being expensive.
Yeah.
That's a big pill, especially me as a father for swallow, I mean, you know.
No, child ain't expensive, man.
How we break this ice? How we break this ice? Because somebody out there right now scratch their head and try to figure it out, brother.
Try to figure it out. You wanna know that? Link up again, Wealth Building Financial. Check out our podcast. More of that is to come, and you guys can hear that story. Sick parts you had, man, and we could go from this. Yeah, it's another topic. Yeah.
I just must say, man, I appreciate talking to you.
No, thanks. I appreciate talking to you. Well,
thanks for the knowledge and the gems as usual. And thanks for the viewers for tuning in. I hope that, you know, what was said today, Ryan had highlight some stuff that perhaps that bring clarity and answers to some questions that you had at heart.
Yep. Hope it was entertaining. Hope this reached somebody who actually want to hear some of these things. So
yeah,
we hope our video reach the right viewers.
Yes.
And stay tuned in Financial Corner. We have a lot more topic and then
a lot more.
Sanjay here too. Next one, he might elaborate on his journey and stuff like that. So me, I ask the question in the next time. And next one, that's part two. Other part two, may answer the questions there, but just stay tuned. Hit the like button, subscribe to Wealth Building Financial Corner. You guys will see it on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, Wealth Building Financial Corner. Check out our YouTube page, Wealth Building Invest, and our Instagram, TikTok, still Wealth Building Invest. People check it out, hit the and share and subscribe, don't forget. And if you're not subscribed, scroll to the screen.
And comment. We wanna hear.
Leave us your comment.
Your thoughts.
People. Let's see, and we will see you guys in the next one. So stay tuned. Okay.
Peace out.
Yep, we out.